I'm going to show you guys how you can upgrade your factory BMW F30 screen from this old outdated infotainment to this new big style touchscreen with wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, YouTube, Netflix, anything you want, you can get it on this system. Now this client right here, they've tried another CarPlay system, they were not very happy and they've opted to go with a new bigger touchscreen system. And in this video I'll show you how you can do the whole thing DIY. It's very friendly. So without any further delay, let's get started into another episode of DIY Made Easy. Now for first step, make sure the car is turned off and all of the electronics is off, and then you want to start by prying out with your pry tool from this side. This is a thin part, this is what you want to pry first. So you can go ahead and start prying on one end and this will continue all the way across. You'll find a couple of connections behind here for this panel here. You can go ahead and undo that and this whole panel can sit on the side. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is by starting to undo the screen. It's only held in by two Torx 20, so you can go ahead and undo these screws. Now make sure to keep these two Torx 20 on the side because these are not same length as any other Torx 20 that we're going to remove in this installation. So you don't want to mix them up. Make sure you got them on the side and keep it separate for when we're mounting the new screen in place. Now once you've undone the screw, you can pull the screen to the top and there's going to be one connection behind that you have to undo. So go ahead and undo that and that will give you the whole system back out. Make sure to get these clips back in from the screen, put back in the same spot that it goes to. That way when you're mounting the new screen and the fascia, everything is held in nice and tight. Anyways, you can go ahead and put the original screen back out in a safe place. Next thing we want to remove is this climbing panel around here. Again, just two Torx 20 for you to undo. Now after undoing your Torx bit, go ahead and remove this bottom panel here. Just pop this out. This will come out. There's a light plug here. You can or don't have to really remove it. It's easy to remove it. Put it out of the way. Another two Torx 20 on here. You can pull this to the side. There's going to be one plug behind here. There's no tabs on here, so you can just push it against the thing. This will pop out. Put this climbing panel to the side. Now at this stage, you can pull the radio out. You can undo the antennas on the left side. There's only a few of the antennas that you have to undo. There's about 4 of them. Pull the tab out. There's thumbtacks. Press it. Pop it out of place. And undo the main power harness, which you're going to reuse and mount it into our new T harness. At this stage, you can put this whole thing to the side. All right, so now for the next bit, go ahead and remove the fiber optics from here. Now make a note of how the fiber optics is. Usually number 2 needs to face up. In order to remove the fiber optics, it's quite easy. You can use your fingernails or you can use something with a small pin. Pop this clip around on top. Don't put in too much pressure, otherwise you can snap it. It's not a good day when you snap one of them. Now once you have it out, take a note of which number is which. So number 2 here should be facing up as a connector sits. So number 2 facing up, that's how it came out. This is exactly how it's going to go in our new harness here with number 2 facing up. So plug that one straight in. And then you can match the other end here, connect it straight back up. The other end here is going to go to the back of the screen, so we can just run it up top from behind and get it out here where it's going to plug into our screen. So in this case, I'm going to mount it here at the very bottom because the radio is quite small, so it's not going to interfere with anything. So mount it facing the other way, probably better. Tape up all of this excess to make it nice and neat, and the rest can be routed to the top. So probably that much is good length. Run it through the same cavity here. It's going to go to the back of the screen, so just make sure it goes up there. Type up all of the excess wiring on here. And this one is only going to be used for doing updates and other stuff, so you don't really need to have very good access to it. Still want to keep it somewhere where you can have access to it when you need it. So we usually like to run it into your passenger side footwell. Seems to be a pretty good spot for it. So what I've done here at this stage is gone ahead and put everything back in just the way it came out from the plugs. And now what I'll do is I'll just wire this one up, test everything, make sure audio and everything is working. Once everything is working, I can go ahead and start putting everything back together how it all came out. So I'm quickly going to do the testing and make sure everything works, and I'll see you guys in 3, 2, 1. So as you can see, I've plugged everything back in, just make sure everything is working, so I can go ahead and test everything, the whole thing, the iDrive, your original car information, everything, the whole lot is working. That means we're good to go. You can go ahead and put this all back together. Now as you can see, everything here is working. You can go ahead and use your iDrive to control the whole thing. You can go into the car info. It will show you all your original car stuff. Now you can go ahead and touch the screen, takes you back into the new screen. It gives you all your factory functions such as your factory reverse camera, sensors, 360 camera, the whole lot still continues to work just like it did on the previous one. Go back into park, click back into the original system. You can go into music, play anything you like. You can go download other stuff that you want to download from the Play Store. You can go onto Google, play YouTube, search anything else. Anything you want, you can get it done here. Now, if you guys want the same exact kit, log on to www.westernautocustoms.com.au. Now, the system works with your steering controls and all the other factory controls. Or if you want something like this installed in your car, reach out to us on info@westernautocustoms.com.au to see how we can help you with this system. Peace.